Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at this, the Age of the Primes Armada Red Alert, even though they just call him Autobot Red Alert. My Red Alert, of course, is the Kingdom one, as we all know. Armada's not my era, but good friend of the channel, Daryl, did get this guy, so I figured, hey, why not take a good look at him, especially since I am interested in the mold and do very much want it as Flatline. In fact, if you believe Mark Marr, this is actually Flatline as well. I'll explain what I mean, and we're going to talk about this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby! Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Not much to say here, because I don't know a lot about the character yet, but we will explore the character, we will explore the bot when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And today, courtesy of our buddy Daryl, we're taking a look at something that I didn't intend to take a look at, the Armada Red Alert from Age of the Primes. I am very intrigued by this mold because I do want the Flatline reuse of it. By the way, if you listen to Mark Marr, apparently this isn't the real Armada Red Alert. Apparently this is Flatline in disguise. Disguise given to him by, of all people, Knockout. I don't know if Mark just made up that story in that fiction. I don't know if it's a canon thing. But when he done like one of those like, you know, closer looks or behind the scenes things, like that was the fiction he had for Flatline. So, I don't know, I just take this as Armada Red Alert, which I'm not super familiar with. Like, I know he was a warrior, I know he's a little older and he was wounded and stuff, like I get all of that. Like, I don't think he's really much of a fighter now. I think he's more of like a bit of a sage healer, if you will. But I'm really not familiar because Unicron trilogy is not my thing. I digress. This is the packaging. It looks cool up here, looks cool down here. I like the close-up over here. Looks very animation accurate. Over here is our usual Age of the Prime stuff. And on the back, of course, we have him in his alt mode. I guess his, you know, his cannon out mode. And, of course, his robot mode. And, you know, it is what it is. We got a two-sided sheet of instructions. It's actually quite good, to be honest with you, although I didn't find this guy too hard to transform anyway. I don't know how well this is showing, but this is a little triple-barreled blaster that he comes with that has a 5mm peg at the end of it to slot into his wrist. Or the much more animation-accurate red thing. And this little doodad that goes on the cannon that kind of like comes out over his shoulder. Sadly, no minicon long arm. And here we have Red Alert in all of his glory. Now, to me, Red Alert is the G1 fire engine Lamborghini guy. I looked at the Kingdom one and compared it to the Classics Universe version. Back in episode 877, about 4 or 5 years ago. Man, it's crazy to think Kingdom was that long ago. Now, I know that that's a completely different character from this Red Alert, but that's the last time I looked at a Red Alert. This guy, I mean, here he is next to, I just happen to have Beachcomber handy here. Here he is next to Deluxe Beachcomber, and you would think that this guy is pretty big. Here's the thing, I'm a bit disappointed. When I saw this, I was like, man, he looks big and hefty. And he does look big and hefty, and he is quite good. But he's only 124 grams of plastic. Now, you might say, yeah, that's a lot. Traditional Voyager is 145 to 165. I've said this a long time. I've even kind of gotten to a point where I'm like, man, if it drops to about 132, 133, a la Kingdom Optimus Primal, I think that that's acceptable if you have an excess of paint and an excess of molded in detail. This guy just has average paint, average molded in detail. 124 grams is not a lot for a Voyager, especially considering that, for example, that's the exact same mass as Earthrise Ironhide, which was a deluxe, or Earthrise Ratchet, which was also a deluxe. Something like Alchemist Prime, a deluxe is 105 grams. Something like Impactor, a deluxe is 105 grams. This is a lot more than that. And before anybody jumps on the engineering and the parts count, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I don't buy that here because the engineering is fairly simple, which is actually to its advantage. So, this is one of those where I'm really disappointed in the precedent being set here for a Voyager when I really feel like that this is a beefed up deluxe. Make of that what you will. In terms of the actual guy though, a couple of things to note and then we're going to get into scores. One, all of those accessories. So the little gray thing, I've always seen it put in here. This one obviously goes in the wrist, which might leave you asking, hey, what do you do with the triple barrel blaster? By the way, for flatline, I'm pretty sure the triple barrel blaster is supposed to go in here. The couple of options. One, there's a little peg back here, maybe 3mm, and there's a peg hole on this. There's also a peg hole on this one, and it can go over that right there. There's a gray one right here when you flip this back in. So they can actually go on the roof and have them be, say, angled forward as blasters. Or you can put both of them in behind the legs. If you put them in behind the legs, they hold real well, but I do find it's a bit of a nuisance to get them back out. Make of that what you will. So there is actually plenty of good storage for his accessories. I like that. In terms of the look, let's do that first because that seems like the most logical place to start with scores. And again, I can only go off of my memory and the screenshots and stuff. If you remember him differently than I guess than I do from the show or whatever, then I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I can only go off what I see. Starting from the bottom, working our way up, the black feet, that's fine. The tires on the side of the leg, the white, that's all fine. The blue legs with the darker blue knees, all perfect. The black pelvis and abdomen, all perfect. There should be a little yellow down on the tummy underneath, but that's super duper minor. The yellow headlights with the little red detail, that's all correct. The Autobot logo, I'm pretty sure is also correct, just under his chin there. The arms being blue, that's correct. This red blaster thingy over on this side, actually, it should really be facing that way. That's correct. The shoulder-mounted blaster, I mean, that's correct. When it's deployed, anyway. It's really too bad he didn't come with his minicon, honestly. Even I think that it's too bad he didn't come with his minicon. The doors on the shoulders, that's correct. The elbows should be yellow instead of blue, so that one aspect, I guess, is not correct. The red visor, the gray face. I don't think we have the red on the sides of the top of the head. But man, this is pretty close. Right down to the little triple line detail under the lights there. This is pretty close. I'm going to give it a 9.75 for the overall look, honestly. It's easy a 9.75. Almost perfect. Articulation for the guy. We have, if I just take that back for a minute, we have a head that goes left and right, up and down. It's fairly tight though, I'm not going to lie. Bringing this up over again. The shoulders, they go all the way around. We can go all the way out with a T-pose. We have a deep double elbow, which I do very much like. Wrist rotation on this side. Obviously, I guess whatever you got pegged in on the other side, you can rotate. Do we have a waist on? Yeah, we got a waist on the guy. And this can come up so you can get the waist all the way around if you want. The legs can go forward. Again, taking that back, the legs can go all the way back. Knee to 90 degrees. Ankle tilt way in. And toe can tilt, and so can the heel, but I'm going to tell you now, I find the plastic used on the heel to be really quite thin, and because of that I find the heels like to fold back up into the foot like you would do for transformation. And I suppose you could always mention how these can sort of like move up and down too. Not much more I could want. I know the heels are a little bit of a nuisance, but really not much more I could. 10. I think the transformation or the articulation's a 10. So the guy, you know, even though I think it's a bit small for a Voyager, and even though it's not my red alert, just as a transformer, as objective, I mean, the look of the guy and the articulation are, I mean, second to none, really. Okay, let's do the transformation, because why not? I guess I'll show this too. This, when it comes out, if you wanted to just like leave that flip back, you could, and then this actually stores up underneath. There's a little peg right there, and that little peg is able to basically take a little like opening, not this peg, but it takes a little opening in here. So I should be able to, it's a bit tight though to get it there, I'm not gonna lie. If you have small fingers it would help, and I don't have big fingers, but I can only imagine if somebody had bigger fingers than me, how much of a nuisance trying to put this in would be. And is that it? Yeah, like that, right? You can kind of see it there now, like that. So then that would like fold like that if you just wanted him to, you know, not have that deployed, I suppose. Since we're here now too, and I got this one over here, let's take this one off, and instead of putting it in the legs where it's a little bit of a chore to get out, I'm going to put this one like up there for now. We'll deal with these in a little bit. Okay, let's do the transformation, because why not? That seems like the most logical place to go. And next, I'm going to, I think I want to begin by opening this section out and opening the section that's folded in here out. There. I do find folding this out and doing that section to be the hardest part of this transformation. Then the head folds in, and this folds down. Dandy. These can fold back thusly like this, bring the arm up, and then using the double elbow, fold the whole thing in. Oh, I think I might have done this wrong. Hold on, because you do need to make sure that you got this turned the right way. There we go. These three lines right here, and then I guess this opening need to be to the outside, and I didn't have that done. My mistake. Then fold that in. There we go. That's what I didn't have done over here. So again, turn so that those three lines are out. Close up. Fold in and turn there. We're going to pick this up as well. You can see where this is going at this point, I gotta believe. Fold in a heel, fold in a heel. We're going to fold the foot up, fold the foot up, and then here on the back using this hinge, not the knee, but this hinge, we're going to fold all of that back in, fold all of that back in. Dandy. We're going to open this out, and now all of this should fold up from the waist, and there's a rectangular tab here and here that will go into slots right there and right there when you bring this all the way down. You should be able to bring both of that in like that. And lastly, you should just be able to now fold in the doors. So we take this one, and maybe I should have folded that in first. Maybe I did this a little bit wrong. Maybe I should have folded those arms in first. Let's see if I can get this one folded in. I was hoping I could fold them in after, but maybe I gotta fold them in first. My bad. Let's fold them in first then. Then we can line up the sides here. And line up the sides there. Then we can bring this down. to tab it in where it's supposed to be. Yeah, bring it down past this window and past this window. And solidify it down. Tab it in there on that side, tab it in there on that side, and boom, in the end. Oh, and I guess if you really want, I've seen these turned so that they are facing up this way. Boom, in the end here we have red alert in his vehicle mode. And so in a little closer so we can see the details, and honestly, I really like this alt mode. I think it's a cool alt mode. I love the transformation to get here. It's a 10. I mean, you know, we had a solid, I'm going to say 9.75 as it was. I mean, this is an excellent transformer. I guess the story with this guy is this. He is successful in terms of being animation accurate. He is successful in terms of his articulation, and he's successful in terms of transformation. His mass, for being a full-on Voyager value, is a bit too low. We should have gotten the traditional Voyager mass, plus this level of articulation, plus this level of paint, plus this level of transformation engineering, which is a nice, smooth, solid transformation. I think that, and by the way, like the side looks good. I like the look of the line there. I wish the wheels had some more color. Here's the front. I think that also looks very good. This side looks good. And the back, I think we could have used tail lights or something back here. That aside, this is a perfect example of kind of asking yourself, hey, do I want to pay a full Voyager price for this? Yeah, it has a lot going for it, but it's a bit small for a Voyager. I feel like that your best bet is to get this guy on sale or on clearance or something. But it comes with the caveat that this mold, whether as flatline or as this, is definitely an excellent designed, executed transformer that somehow, some way, you should probably try and get a copy of for your collection as well. And here we are once again, and here he is. So, first things first, this is extremely animation accurate. The only thing not accurate would be the yellow gold, I guess, on his elbows. And honestly, if you have a gold paint pen, you can really just paint that hinge if you're so inclined, right? Everything feels solid and robust on this guy. The plastic feels good and thick. I don't think I'm going to break anything. The transformation feels real nice, real smooth transformation. Excellent articulation. The only thing on Daryl's that I notice is I do find if I want to like bend the leg before the knee is going to bend, because the knee is on a pretty tight ratchet, I do find that the lower transformation hinge likes to give away first, but that's very minor. And I do find the heels are a little bit loose. Like the quality of plastic on the heels does not feel as high quality and robust as the rest of this guy does. The articulation, despite the kibble, is extremely effective. This is, as I said, a case of an excellent mold. It's a bit too small, really, for Voyager. I wish that if they were going to make it this small, that they had added some more paint or something. Not to say that there isn't a significant amount of paint, but I don't think it's enough to quite offset the mass that we've lost, right? Excellent articulation, super duper animation accurate. Really, really animation accurate, and even decent accessory storage, whether you're using the back of the legs, up under here for this piece, or the little nubs here and over here. Even his light piping is excellent. Everything about this is great. It's like I said in the review, definitely a mold worth getting. If you can wait and get it on sale or on clearance for just a little bit cheaper, all the better. No, I don't think it has to be as low as a deluxe price, but I do think that this is one of those, because the mass isn't quite up to par, despite the parts count, the paint, and the engineering being up to par. I do think it's worth adding, but maybe, just maybe, worth waiting for a little bit of a price cut. Even 25%? Even 25%? Just saying. But he is fabulous, and if you have been wondering if you should get him, yeah, I think so, or at least get the flatline version. That's my plan. And not for nothing, if you believe Mark Marr, this is flatline in disguise. I don't think I would ever use it that way or think of it that way, but whatever floats your boat. Let me know what you think about Red Alert or the upcoming flatline. Are you excited about this mold? Do you like this mold? Do you not like this mold? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.